nhưng dùng giấy dùng để chỉ cái đó này cha nó này lúc bé nên đâu nó tiền nên cái gì xong áp cái gì cũng giờ bỏ đi vào sau sử dụng nó cũng cho bé một xe nhất đầu lúc bé nên đâu nó tiền nên cái xa xong áp cái gì ta là nó senator phụ hơi nó có tàu cho bé từ US senator Tina Smith tàu một xe cho làm bé sử nhất đầu xa ít sinh phò vấn đề bé dùng cái một xe họ nó cũng cho bé một xe senator phụ hơi tàu hay áp bé lù khi nó bé trồng phong thì dùng để trả tiền bỏ đi thoát sổ tôi cái chân ngà lò the medical home healthcare yêu cầu trường chế tụi mình là rõ có tụi chân tụi dễ nhớ rồi tụi va tụi chế, tôi chỉ tụi nó chỉ tụi hậu là, thế là cô ba kia tiền đâu tới có tiền là chỗ có, là cô thể hiện dùng chỗ có, yêu có sản phẩm chắc họ làm gì, hù đó tụi sẽ đông được trâu chi ý, gì chua chi gì.
nhớ rồi số lần là nó vừa xây center phòng hơn nó nói là lúc bên hình đồ mà thiên đình có trang, anh nó bên từ US Senator Tina Smith. Việc từ senator cứ sau chế tăng thọ bên lúc xây nó mong nhớ cho DC thì thảo cũng cho nên muốn gì cho sang East Side giờ lại cũng giá trị sát tại cũng có bên là cho Penn Avenue nó cho họ cho Penn Avenue nó mua tàu băng bờ mua tàu hải này cứ ô chơi mua phòng ô chơi nó mỏ ô chế lâu mua chơi mua tàu dạng tàu trắng mua kế vàng men cũng mua kế chọn nhẹ tôi dạng ha nó thì cũng sáng tại họ nói giờ ít họ cấu trồng cho lô khá cho bên từ US Senator Tina Smith của người cho tên nó cho mong sáng ha họ phủ ha thì sẽ lô trả cái băng chỗ rồi chẳng bên lúc này nhớ cho sang ý sản nó sẽ là tập băng xí cho dạng vấn đề so ô chọn tàu cho mấy sai ha khi nhập plan nó mới chỉnh nó sai khó video nó tàu chỉ rồi vấn đề tại lúc nó về cho mong chỉ ha Tina Smith có phủ năng chỉ ha mấy có phủ năng chỉ rồi vấn đề ô chọn tàu I was wondering, like, I saw your tour to the northern Minnesota. I said, I wonder when she's gonna come over to my district. So today is the day. So thank you.
I know it exactly.
Yeah,
Uncle
you.
Charles, how are you?
Nice to
So
meet you.
nice to see you. Yeah.
So this is my district, and we're gonna start up going to Bymore, McCardle, and have you meet the owner there.
Great.
And let's see, maybe take some picture there.
Good.
And then we'll come back here and spend about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, depending on how much time we have, for people to ask you questions.
Good.
You know, and then we can, if you choose to walk, we can just walk up the street, or if you choose to drive, we can drive too. Either way, yeah.
Okay, whatever works.
Okay. Yeah. Well, busy at the Capitol.
I work for American Illinois IC. I was hoping you could come over there and visit. Ramiro, he's the owner of this Mercado. I'm Bill.
Do you want a photo?
Does it pick up in the... Go ahead. Does it pick up in the... Oh, this looks good. You know, I shouldn't be in here right now. And ready? One. Twice. A couple of them. Oh.
I'll director of I'll director of Eastside Business Association, Harris Dunn.
Yeah, you say hi. Yeah.
I'll leave my card to somebody. Oh, sure. I'll take it now. Thank you. I'll give you mine as well. Great.
Thank you. I'm glad that you
This
came
part
here.
This is such a great success story, and you do such a great job
Well, thank you.
of representing not only this part of you know this great city, but really just being such a strong voice for economic development and for strong main streets, and that's what Main Avenue is.
Yeah. We still have a way to grow. You know,
yeah.
it evolved. It has a good time, and then it had its down time too.
Yeah.
It's now coming back.
Yeah.
And so the opportunity here was to grow.
Exactly right.
So thank you so much for being here.
So, yeah, I want to ask a question, and I'm happy to have you here on the east side. You're going to be seeing some of our small businesses here on the east side on Penn Avenue. And the question that I just wanted to connect with you about is who on your team is working on understanding more about the reality of small businesses and what's kind of going on for small, medium-sized businesses that we could build a relationship with in your office.
Absolutely. I really appreciate that. So this is Charles Sullivan, who works with me in my office, and you guys should all know that when I was asked to accept this appointment, one of the very first things I did was to go over to Senator Franken's staff and ask them all to work for me. And it was a really good decision, if I don't say so myself, because these are folks that know this community, they know Minnesota, and they also know how to get things done in Washington, D.C. And so Charles would be a great person to connect with, and I would love to work with you. I've only been there for a few months, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've got great confidence in everything, because I think now is the time where we have to all be really vigilant about what makes our democracy, and I also think that I need to look for opportunities to work with people. Anybody who wants to work in good faith to try to solve a problem, then I want to do that. And I think I have a reputation for being a good listener, which is a little bit of a lost art in Washington D.C. these days. And so that's what I bring. And also, I'm a relationship person. I like to have relationships, and Senator Miller and I have had
Yes.
and so I very much like to have the opportunity to have a relationship with all of you, because I don't know what works best for you. You will know what works best for you.
I think Councilperson Foster gets at an interesting point where we are in this community, where we are with the city, where we are with the state, where we are with the country. That's where we've kind of been rebuilding. And there was an article in the Pioneer Press recently that Ramsey County, for the first time since the recession, has essentially recovered their property tax values. And it's thanks in no small part to what's gone on here in Kane Avenue. And a lot of that is with the vibrant small business community, and also with the immigration business community that's taken place with folks of color and also immigrants to this country, whether they were refugees or immigrated in other ways. And what can you do? We always hear about people in Washington fighting for Main Street, not K Street. Well, we've got Payne Avenue out there. So what can we do in Washington, D.C. that's going to continue to help us mobilize and us build and us be a better community, a stronger community? Not just for folks who look like me and Councilperson Bostrom, but for people who look like Senator Fong and for other folks who are here today who built this community from the ground up.
The mayor works every single day. He makes me feel like a slug. I actually.
Yeah, but Mary's the owner of.
Yeah. Well, part of what I want to do here is to understand what I can do and how I can be helpful, because you guys are going to know that better than I will. But a couple of things that are on my mind, I'm really interested to have a little bit of a housing conversation. We talked a bit about that. The lack of affordable housing, the lack of safe places for people to live is a huge problem. And I really am interested in knowing how it is affecting this community. And we are going to be pushing for that at the federal level to figure out how we can be much better partners at the federal level on housing. Because if you don't have a safe place to live, you don't have a good place to live, then communities can't grow, workers can't work because they don't have a place to work. So that's one thing that's very much on my mind. Another thing that's a lot on my mind is the whole question of workforce training, and we need to do a better job of that. I spent this morning actually up at Anoka Community Technical College looking at their post-secondary vocational training, and then I was just a little minute ago over at Higher Ground and talking to some people that are in the culinary program. And so I'm interested in knowing, how is the work, you guys are creating jobs, what are the issues you have with finding people to fill the jobs that you're creating, and how federal government spends. Everyone's looking at the same camera. A boatload of money, frankly, on this. And are we doing that in the right way? Is there more that we can do? And then just the last thing on the question of immigration. I think it is despicable the way this administration has been using immigration, and especially what happens with people who have a DACA status and people who are refugees and asylum seekers in this country. It is despicable the way they are not stepping up and doing what everybody seems to agree we ought to do, but yet they are, in this last big budget bill that we passed, they were only willing to go so far as to help a small portion of the folks with DACA status in exchange for $25 billion for a border wall. And and just today the president announced that he is going to be terminating the status for many Minnesotans who are from Liberia, terminating that in 1 year, which means people who've been here for 20 years are going to be faced with not being allowed to work here, not being legal here. So I'm deeply frustrated about that, and we're going to keep on pushing on that, but the sad reality is that we're actually not in charge. And I'm not using that as an excuse, it's just the fact that we can't force them to do stuff until we have the votes.
So we're just here for follow up if you'd like to,
Or not, you don't want to.
Thank you for checking out our site out.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. How long have you guys been here?
Over 2016 is when we opened up. For a year and a half.
Yeah.
Prior to that, we spent 7 months fixing up the big building. Our two favorite things, music and camping. We're from this side of town in Chicago, and then if you didn't know, so we're leasing this whole building, and we have a 3-bedroom apartment upstairs of our business.
Oh, yeah.
So we live here as well. We saw a giant opportunity here, was affordable for us. We love the historic charm of this space in particular. And there was a giant void of everything musical and arts related at the time, so we got a great chance to
not that everybody can come practice inside.
We're all looking all for
chỉ ta lên sự bỏ tàu để rồi nó cũng như khó mua mong hàng và senator hơn nó có tàu cho US senator thì đã submit tàu một số bên phong ilu chế lò nhưng nó sẽ ít sinh bỏ xử lý thì bên mong senior center nhớ đồ sát thì còn nó tàu cũng cho bên gặp một xe đều đi thôi nó một bỏ cho điện chỉ mong nhớ họ này sẽ được họ dùng xe bộ này giờ tiếng nữa hai tàu lưu lý giờ chỉ kia đồ bên mong thì dùng để trả tiền.
Across the street to the Baymont Senior Center. Okay, good. School bus is out.
That was a song to welcome you guys.
Bây giờ nó chừng chừng không có là theo.
And this is
Chừng không có là theo. Nó là đây giờ này nó xin được phục hơn theo được nên là cái chỗ cái giờ nó theo speed.
nice to meet you again.
Nó từ để nó sẽ chỉ với cái xin được phải được xin
Chơi từ nhỏ chứ xa rồi đấy.
Your brother.
That's because I'm so tall.
Nó sao nó quên sẽ nó cũng hay quá.
Nice to see you.
Đây cũng chắc có tổ Tina Smith thì phải từ nhỏ lưu sang cho lúc nó chờ nó nè.
I'm good. How are you? Very good.
Nên là cho nên cho gì cho không chơi cho tuổi này cho nên cho gì bên trên bộ chưa là nó bây giờ họ trong cái là phổ biến chung sẽ được phòng sẽ được phòng hơn thì
OK， nhớ rong soi soi tu cái ở trong đó nó biết tọt dài biết mỗi tu nọ chừng cái cứ sáng chế cho biết lưu sinh mà sự ta nó cũng mà cứ sáng chế ít sai á, đó là US Senator Tina Smith mà đi sáng chế thằng cho biết lưu sinh mà sự ta nó một cái là gì đó, anh em họ cũng cho được mình kỳ sáng ít sai để chúng ta cũng yêu chỉ tao ham biết cho mong ham, chỉ tao ham biết cho làm gì. Cái cho biết tao chúng tôi thấy nó là sao, tại biết tao trên là nó sẽ nó hành nhau trong cái sự tu nè, okay. So trong sát trong là chúng ta đã biết một cái mô City Council Dan Bostrom, tôi cũng biết ha. And phụ tu phong nhiêu Bill Fleming ha, cái đó tên này trong ha, anh có chào bữa ha. Okay, so I'll pass the mic to our U.S. Senator Tina Smith, for visiting us. If you look around, these are the senior member of our community, and they're pretty much the reason that got my generation here into this country. And I just every time I'm here, I always wish them to live 1,000 years, so they can see our progress as the children that they brought to this country. They're the veterans generation too. You see, the men are here are all veterans, and
I hope to wish to them good health every time when I'm here. So welcome again to the Eastside St. Paul, and welcome to the Wee Mong Senior Center.
All right. Thank you. First, let me thank Senator Herr for being such a good friend and for inviting me to come and be with you all today. Doesn't he do a great job? Fantastic job. Senator Herr not only represents this part of St. Paul so well, but he advocates everywhere for economic opportunity for everyone, and it makes me very proud to be your friend and partner. So, thank you very much. When Senator Herr sent a message to me and said, would you come with me and take a look at Payne Avenue and what's happening in this part of St. Paul, I thought about it for 1 second and then said yes. And I'm very, very happy to be here. And I also want you to know that when I am now in Washington, D.C. as your United States Senator, that I work for you. I work for you. And when I go everywhere in Washington or any place in Minnesota, I tell them about this community and how strong this community is, what a contribution you make together, and how much all of us learn from all of you, and what you bring to this amazing state that we are all blessed to call home together. And I don't want to miss an opportunity also to thank you, especially the veterans among you, for your service. Thank you very, very much for that.
Và cho các hãy rồi gì thì tao nói giờ Senator phòng hơi giờ này những bao là tụi nó mà đi bé tụi long chóc khoảnh cái họ luôn lan Minnesota nó là mình lúc về của Tina Smith, đó là Senator Al Franken tao cho tới nó tất cả là chỉ là cái lý cọ và Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith là một qua tụi sở chế nhau trong Washington D.C. long Al Franken á, hiện nay đến đó mà này giờ ít tụi Senator Law và nhau trong tòa chế đó tòa Washington D.C. Lúc nào người tôi xóa này người tôi bỏ này sẽ là nó khác nhau rồi người bỏ Senator phòng hơi cho người làm gì người quan trọng cân gò hay tiền người tôi bỏ sẽ là chỉ ta lên là người rong xe khỏi Senator phòng hơi tàu ba cả sẽ là mua đêm mua nụ qua thì tàu kia nó khác nhau rồi ngoài trời nhau chờ hậu rồi này sẽ là người qua này chờ chỉ ta lên là người qua chờ rồi cho hút tút chờ và tàu ba cũng tên chờ lò là qua này tuần là nó này tuần nhau của nó người rong xe thì họ cho này tụi chia tụi gì và này tàu ba rồi sẽ là người hải ở bên lò lụt chạy chạy lên là xứ.
And I'll switch to Hmong too. Nu nó đi tôn trà số的没有？nu nó要呢都上包的没上有上到那几个呢？就好nu nó要一度脑都山被谁了？那只要在一度脑tôn trà số的被谁？แต่nu nó不要去韩国没保到那地方nu nó呢？nu nó主要在没上脑的没给有山有只能是没给啊，上山是的没被莫来后边那地方也没上nu nu了，没nu啊。chỉ hạt mấy sự tuổi tự chữ nó là bên luôn là tàu hai.
Anh em là ni men Senator phòng hơi vàผู้แทนอันขั้นสูงอยู่รัฐมินนิโซตาอันนี้กับแม่นั่น Senator Tina Smith มาจากห้องการอยู่ที่ Washington D.C. เราเพิ่นมาเยี่ยมยามเฮาว่าคนเราคนบ้งคนเวียดเฮามาอยู่นี่เฮาได้รับการช่วยเหลือบำรุงอย่างไรการอยู่การกินดีหรือบ่ดีนี่เพิ่นมาเบิ่งนี่ละขอให้ทุกคนเข้าใจซั่นเด้อItalina, I'd like to say a word to U.S. Senator Tina Smith that the state fund or money that is being implemented for the adult day service or home health care or anything that relates to health care is being put to good use here. So I'd like you to take note of that. And the same way for Council Bostrom that the East Side have been developing similarly to University Avenue. And since you represent, this district, I'd like you to consider asking city to support our development here too as well. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and again, it's great to be here with my friends, Senator Herr and our U.S. Senator Smith, it's great to have you. You know, if you step back about 20 years, this building where you're sitting, this used to be, I'm not exactly sure how to phrase it, but let's call it an adult entertainment center. And we worked very, very hard to upgrade the neighborhood and finally found a developer to take it over, and they did a nice job, did all the remodeling, put a bingo hall in here, lasted about a year, and then it went out of business. And it sat for a long time. And then this opportunity presented itself where you were able to use it for this particular purpose. If all of those things hadn't fallen into place, none of this could have possibly happened. So there's a lot of things that happen out there. You never know when you begin where it's going to ultimately end up. But this really ended up as a wonderful facility, and I'm just tickled pink to see that it's here in our neighborhood and it's really being used. So thank you so much for that and for the great job that you're doing taking care of the facility. It's a credit to the Avenue. And Senator, thank you so much. He's a real partner when it comes to getting stuff done for our neighborhood. None of us can do it ourselves. Absolutely, and the ability to work together with our partners, and they listen to each other, and you know, we don't always agree, but we sand off the rough edges and we can get a lot of things done through that partnership. So thank you, Senator Smith, for coming down. We appreciate the fact that you took the time to do it.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Tụi nó giờ tụi ta sinh bathroom này nhớ cho tha chơi nó, là giờ này nhớ cho kid nó, ta sinh nó mà nếu mà họ lựa chọn đại chúng là thì giờ sáng nó thì giờ này sáng giờ ta sinh sáng ý sai, nếu hay thì lúc chế nó mà giờ lúc chế thọ u là cinema nhớ cho nó, đó là tao muốn lòng con đấy là một cái lúc chơi bingo, hoặc đồ sẽ là đó là tao ý nhận đồ chính đề gì lúc đó cơ là thì người trong xe và người ta bỏ lúc chế nó giờ lúc chế và bé là một nhỏ bé là một kho và trò sẽ là tôi nhỏ tôi xin đi xin thả đi nó mà người bỏ hay thì những kho kỹ rong một trong kho rong kho kỹ và men cơ là người giờ tụi ta sẽ nhớ đồ ra nó người và trò đồ bé đi người khổ bé sẽ là để bé mua bệnh sự cơn gọ người trong xe thì Senator phòng hơi đi Senator Tina Smith đoàn người tôi sửa sẽ là người watch người hai lên đó xứ nè watch out.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
And then we'll do 1, 2.
Hey, what's the Joy House?
Welcome to join us.
Get it?
Hello. Hello.
chỉ có mà cho nên tôi có sáng
What do you think you might want to run?
So maybe you can show us around, or however you plan you want people to do.
What is it? I feel Senator Tina Smith. Nice to meet you.
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm Amanda. Very engaged.
but here I am, and I'm going to do my best, and I'm ready to be strong advocate. Yeah. So this is Charles. Yeah.
I'll give you my phone. Adriana said they
Nice to meet you, Carl.
Oh, good. What were you doing?
I actually
Latino Day yesterday at the state capitol.
have
Well, I might help you. No, I would love that.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Isis.
Isis.
Yeah.
Everything. Yes. Hi. I'm so happy to meet
See you again.
Senator Von Herr, yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I did. I reached out.
3, 1, 2, 3.
And then, do you want to take one? Oh, you got it? Okay.
City operated libraries, right?
Yeah, so it's the community, the rec center.
Yeah. These rec centers are such a great way
Right. I've been seeing on the news you visit northern part of our state, and I was wishing like you come to. I know you don't know our metro area so well, but I was wishing you come to the East Side St. Paul. But
Yeah.
so today is that day that you come. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for taking time to look at our diversity here in one part of our city, in St. Paul. So-
Well, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here, and especially a thanks to my friend Von Herr. Yay! Senator Herr is one of the best organizers I know, and this chance that we've had to spend on Kane Avenue is a great example of that. And when you called and asked if I would do this, in like 1 second, we said yes. It's just such a great afternoon to have a chance to see what's happening on Kane Avenue, because I've been here many times before, but this is my first visit as your United States Senator. And I'm not going to give a big, long speech. I just want to say that it is my great honor to serve this state as your senator. And though this is not a moment that I ever anticipated, I am not a reluctant senator. I approach this with a great sense of responsibility and also great joy to be able to serve this state that I love so well. My husband Archie and I moved to Minnesota in 1984, right out of graduate school. And we had not really much of anything except a big pile of student debt and an orange car. The orange car worked, which was great. The bad news is there was really no defroster in the car. So in the wintertime, we had to leave the windows open to keep the ice from forming on the inside of the car windows. But we started our marriage here and our life here, and we have 2 sons, Sam and Mason, that are now grown and married themselves and live within just a couple of miles of us. And I am, sometimes I have to sort of stop and take a breath and realize that this is the path that I am on. But as I said, it's the path that I take with great joy. And I want you to know that I feel like my job in Washington is to fight for economic opportunity for everyone in this state, not just some people in this state, but everyone. The rich and powerful people in Washington, D.C. have lots of friends. My job, I feel, is to fight for everybody else. And I just would love to have a chance to hear what's on your mind, how you think things are going here, and would love to, become friends with all of you. So, thank you so much.
I want to see if any of you have comments or have anything to ask our U.S. Senator. And I also want to recognize, County Sheriff Jack Serra.
Yep.
Right. Actually, Pastor Dan Bostrom, he's the innovative leader that got this facility here built.
Go around and introduce himself because I.
一种呢，这个的呢，就好像我报道了呢，也是那的哈，你个到家被对 US 那的天台上面到到晒，就那边被省，让到晒一整套老早这里那了，被马去记录啊。